Religious unsolved mysteries have captivated humanity for centuries, inspiring fascination, speculation, and endless debate. These phenomena, often shrouded in myth, legend, and religious symbolism, tap into our deepest fears, desires, and beliefs, offering glimpses into the unknown and the inexplicable. From ancient relics and artifacts to miraculous apparitions and unexplained phenomena, religious unsolved mysteries challenge our understanding of the world and our place within it, prompting us to question the nature of existence, the existence of a higher power, and the mysteries of faith and spirituality. The mention of the Bible often sparks thoughts of an untainted reservoir of truth. In contemporary discourse, the books of Enoch and Solomon hold significant prominence. These texts are widely recognized for their historical and spiritual value, contributing to the diverse tapestry of biblical literature. The books of Enoch provide insights into ancient narratives and angelic revelations, offering a profound understanding of the pre-deluge era. Upon its initial release, this book encompassed a total of 80 books, yet in its present iterations, it has been condensed to 66 volumes. The reduction of 14 books prompts us to ponder the rationale behind such a decision. One cannot help but question the specific motivations that drove the exclusion of these 14 books from the current editions. The compilation of books known as the Bible has evolved over time, with certain texts being excluded from the standard canon. 14 books, namely 1 Esdras, 2 Esdras, the Book of Tobit, the Book of Susanna, additions to Esther, the Book of Judith, Wisdom of Solomon, Ecclesiasticus, Baruch, the Epistle of Jeremiah, the Prayer of Azariah, Bel and the Dragon, Prayer of Manasses, and 1 Maccabees were among those removed from the Bible. These texts were originally part of the Septuagint, a Greek translation of the Hebrew scriptures that was widely used by early Christians as a primary source of religious teachings and guidance. The Vatican Church, also known as the Roman Catholic Church, has long been linked to practices involving deceit throughout history. The history of the Church is marred by a wide range of heinous acts, with many of these accounts having surfaced in more recent times. The English translation of the Bible from Latin dates back to the year 1611. Initially, this version of the Bible comprised a total of 80 books, which encompassed a section known as the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha books, which concluded the Old Testament, were later excluded from the Bible and its subsequent versions in 1684. The only edition that retained these books in their entirety was the 1611 version. The removal of these books from the biblical canon in 1684 marked a significant shift in religious text compilation, emphasizing the preservation of specific scriptural content. In the initial version of the Bible, the name of Jesus was written as Iesus and pronounced as Yahushua. The question arises as to why this original spelling and pronunciation were altered to Jesus. The Wisdom of Solomon stands out as a captivating book with captivating insights. Within the biblical context, Solomon emerges as a truly legendary figure, renowned for being the offspring of David and acclaimed as the wisest individual in history, according to biblical accounts. His wisdom transcends mere intellect, integrating profound insights that continue to inspire and intrigue readers across generations. In general portrayals, he is often depicted as a kind and generous character. Nevertheless, this particular book is set to revolutionize everything you thought you knew about him. In delving into the conundrum of Solomon possibly referring to Jesus, despite the vast temporal gap between them, around 900 years separating their existence, one cannot help but ponder the intriguing notion of prophetic foresight. Some have questioned whether Solomon, with his wisdom and foresight, could have foreseen the advent of Jesus Christ. In stark contrast to the commonly held perception of Solomon as a symbol of wisdom and virtue, these particular verses portray him in a sinister light, challenging the conventional narrative. While contemporary biblical teachings often exalt Solomon as the epitome of wisdom, this passage presents a different perspective, showcasing a darker aspect of his character that goes against the mainstream depiction. This divergence from the typical portrayal of Solomon introduces a complex layer to his persona, prompting a deeper exploration of his character beyond the widely accepted. Solomon's deep involvement in the occult is a significant point to consider. The teachings and insights that Aleister Crowley imparted were greatly influenced by the insights found in the Lesser Keys of Solomon. It has never been stated for sure as to why these books were removed from the Bible, although various speculations have been made. We have to wonder if something darker isn't behind their removal, and what exactly they are hiding away with these books. When authorities hide things from public view, they often assume that most people won't bother to investigate further. However, once we delve beneath the superficial layer, we are frequently astounded by the wealth of information waiting to be unearthed. The mystery of Therese Neumann. Therese Neumann, born on April 8, 1898, in Connersreuth, Bavaria, Germany, was a devout Catholic mystic who became renowned for her extraordinary spiritual experiences, most notably her manifestation of the stigmata, the wounds of Christ, on her body. Her life story is a testament to the profound depths of faith and the enduring mysteries of the divine. Therese Neumann was raised in a deeply religious family and from a young age exhibited a strong devotion to her Catholic faith. At the age of 20, she experienced a life-changing event when she fell from a stool and suffered a severe injury to her spine, leaving her paralyzed and bedridden. It was during this period of suffering and immobility that Therese began to experience mystical visions and ecstatic states of consciousness, which would eventually culminate in her manifestation of the stigmata. In 1928, Therese Neumann reported experiencing the first signs of the stigmata, visible wounds on her hands, feet, and side corresponding to the wounds of Christ's crucifixion. These wounds would appear and disappear periodically, often coinciding with significant religious observances such as Lent and Easter. Over the years, the stigmata became increasingly pronounced, with Therese reportedly experiencing intense pain and bleeding during these episodes. The phenomenon of stigmata, or the spontaneous manifestation of wounds resembling those of Christ's crucifixion, has long fascinated theologians, scholars, and believers alike. While skeptics attribute stigmata to psychological or psychosomatic factors, believers view it as a miraculous sign of divine intervention and grace. For Therese Neumann, the stigmata was both a source of profound suffering and a testament to her unwavering faith in God. Despite her debilitating physical condition and the intense pain associated with the stigmata, Therese Neumann continued to lead a life of prayer, penance, and devotion to her Catholic faith. She became known for her ascetic lifestyle, fasting rigorously and engaging in acts of self-mortification as expressions of her spiritual devotion and solidarity with the suffering of Christ. Therese Neumann's reputation as a mystic and stigmatist spread far beyond her small village of Connersreuth, attracting pilgrims and visitors from across Europe and beyond. Many came seeking spiritual guidance, healing, and consolation, drawn by the remarkable accounts of her mystical experiences and the purported miracles associated with her presence. Throughout her life, Therese Neumann remained steadfast in her dedication to God and her commitment to living out the message of Christ's love and redemption. Despite facing skepticism, scrutiny, and even persecution from skeptics and detractors, she remained resolute in her faith, viewing her sufferings and trials as a means of uniting herself with the sufferings of Christ and participating in his redemptive work. In addition to her stigmata, Therese Neumann reportedly experienced a wide range of mystical phenomena, including visions, ecstasies, and prophetic insights. She claimed to receive messages and revelations from the Virgin Mary and other heavenly beings, which she would relay to those who sought her counsel and guidance. One of the most remarkable aspects of Therese Neumann's stigmata was its purported miraculous properties, with many believers reporting healings and conversions attributed to their encounters with her. Countless testimonies attest to the transformative power of Therese's presence and prayers, with many attributing their physical, emotional, and spiritual healings to her intercession. Despite the profound impact of her stigmata and mystical experiences, Therese Neumann remained humble and unassuming, attributing all glory and praise to God. She lived a life of quiet prayer and contemplation, devoting herself to serving others and spreading the message of Christ's love and mercy. Therese Neumann passed away on September 18, 1962, at the age of 64, leaving behind a legacy of faith, devotion, and mystical experiences that continues to inspire and intrigue believers to this day. Her life story serves as a testament to the enduring power of faith and the mysterious workings of divine grace in the lives of ordinary individuals. The mysterious powers of St. Cuthbert. St. Cuthbert, a revered Celtic saint of the 7th century, earned the title of the Wonder Worker of Britain due to his renowned ability to perform miraculous deeds. Accounts of his life are filled with an extensive array of extraordinary events that captivate readers with their awe-inspiring nature. Stories depict his astonishing command over the elements, such as his ability to manipulate the wind and miraculously transform water into wine. An intriguing episode recounts how he instructed a group of visiting monks to cook a goose hanging on a wall. When the monks failed to comply with his request, a fierce storm materialized, isolating them on St. Cuthbert's Island, until, after a week, they finally cooked the goose. In a remarkable turn of events, the tempest ceased immediately upon the completion of the task, highlighting the saint's mystical influence over nature and reinforcing his reputation as a miraculous figure whose deeds left a profound impact on those around him. In many instances, Cuthbert's miraculous encounters were intertwined with the natural world, yet one particular occurrence stands out for its charm and slight sense of letdown. Cuthbert had a routine of venturing to the seashore for his prayers under the cover of darkness. Intrigued by this ritual, one of his fellow monks stealthily tailed him to observe his nocturnal activities. Throughout the night, Cuthbert steadfastly remained immersed in the icy waters of the North Sea, his return to the shore only transpiring at daybreak. Predictably, his extremities were numb from the cold, but undeterred, the saint commenced his prayers. To his astonishment, a pair of otters materialized and proceeded to affectionately groom and warm his frozen legs with their gentle caresses, effectively reviving sensation and vitality to his limbs through their tender actions. This unique and extraordinary event showcases the intertwining of spiritual devotion and nature's benevolence in Cuthbert's extraordinary life. The mysterious DNA evidence and origins of the Shroud of Turin. The Shroud of Turin has held a position of great reverence and mystery for countless generations, intriguing both believers and doubters around the globe. Many consider this ancient fabric to be the burial shroud of Jesus Christ, displaying a faint image of a man whose injuries parallel those detailed in the biblical narrative of Christ's crucifixion. The historical narrative of the Shroud of Turin traces its origins back more than 2 millennia, linking it to the era of Jesus Christ and the significant events surrounding his crucifixion and entombment. Legends and beliefs suggest that this revered cloth was utilized to enshroud Jesus' body post-crucifixion and underwent a miraculous imprinting of his likeness during the moment of his resurrection. The initial recorded mention of the shroud can be traced back to the 14th century, when it was unearthed in Constantinople and subsequently transported to Europe by participants of the Crusades. This relic holds profound religious and historical significance, continuing to captivate scholars, theologians, and believers alike with its mysterious tale of divine intervention and spiritual resonance. The mystery of the Shroud of Turin endures as a compelling subject of scrutiny and wonderment, intriguing individuals across generations with its purported connection to the pivotal moments of Christian history and its enduring mysteries that continue to fascinate us. The Shroud of Turin, since its initial revelation, has captivated the attention of a wide array of experts, including scholars, scientists, and theologians, all with the shared ambition of unraveling its strange nature and verifying its origins. Countless meticulous scientific examinations and inquiries have been undertaken to scrutinize the composition, structure, and mechanism behind the image imprinted on the shroud. Researchers have utilized a diverse set of methodologies, such as carbon dating, microscopy, and intricate image analyses to delve deep into the mysteries surrounding this relic, thus aiming to shed light on its authenticity and historical significance. The Shroud of Turin's authenticity is bolstered by a standout piece of evidence, its image, which possesses extraordinary three-dimensional characteristics that challenge conventional explanations. Unlike typical painted or printed images, the shroud's faint, sepia-toned negative image appears to have originated from a mysterious process involving light and radiation. This unique feature has sparked speculation among numerous researchers, suggesting that the image's creation might have been linked to a supernatural or miraculous occurrence, echoing the narrative of Christ's resurrection in biblical teachings. The intricate complexity and inexplicable nature of the shroud's image continue to fascinate scholars, prompting a deeper exploration into its origins and the mysteries it holds. Through detailed examination of the fibers of the shroud, researchers have identified remnants of pollen, soil, and various organic substances that align with those typically present in ancient burial fabrics from the era of the 1st century. This compelling evidence points towards the potential ancient origins of the shroud and suggests its possible utilization for enshrouding the body of a crucified individual in accordance with the burial traditions observed within the Jewish community at that time. Furthermore, investigations pertaining to the bloodstains on the shroud have uncovered indications of human blood, featuring a rare AB blood type, a characteristic that resonates with the blood composition attributed to Jesus Christ in the biblical accounts. This thorough analysis underscores the intriguing historical implications and enigmatic nature surrounding the shroud, hinting at its plausible connection to significant events from antiquity. Recent technological progress has significantly deepened our understanding of the shroud's image creation and attributes, providing additional evidence that strengthens its credibility as a relic associated with the crucifixion and resurrection of Christ. The utilization of cutting-edge high-resolution photography and digital imaging methodologies has unearthed intricate elements and nuances within the shroud's depiction that were previously imperceptible to the unaided eye. These newfound revelations include detailed representations of wounds, bruises, and other physical attributes that closely align with the descriptions found in historical narratives of Christ's suffering. Despite the wealth of convincing evidence that upholds the legitimacy of the shroud, there remains a persistent skepticism among detractors and critics who cast doubt on its origins and significance. While some maintain that the shroud is a product of medieval artistry, skillfully crafted using contemporary methods and materials, others propose alternative theories, suggesting that its origins may be connected to a different historical figure or event unrelated to the narrative of Jesus Christ. The ongoing debate surrounding the shroud's authenticity underscores a complex interplay between scientific analysis, historical context, and religious belief systems. Critics contend that the intricate details of the shroud could have been meticulously fabricated to deceive viewers, while proponents argue that its mysterious nature poses profound questions that resist easy explanations. Various alternative theories lack the comprehensive explanation required to fully comprehend the intricate and unparalleled nature of the shroud's image. This iconic relic is supported by a vast array of historical and scientific evidence that attests to its genuineness. Despite the strange circumstances surrounding the shroud's origin and preservation, its profound symbolism as a representation of faith and divine intervention transcends the boundaries of scientific scrutiny and rational interpretation. The intricate details captured on the shroud and its mysterious history challenge conventional explanations, urging a more profound exploration beyond the confines of traditional scientific inquiry. The Shroud of Turin holds a profound significance for believers, regarded as a sacred relic that encapsulates the essence and divine essence of Jesus Christ, symbolizing his ultimate act of sacrifice and resurrection. It serves as a tangible symbol that invokes deep spiritual reverence and contemplation, attracting devout followers and visitors from all corners of the globe who gather to honor and ponder its enigmatic mysteries. Contrary to this reverence, skeptics view the shroud as a perplexing mystery that defies traditional understanding, prompting a relentless quest for answers and a deeper exploration of the intersections between faith, scientific inquiry, and the strange facets of the cosmos. The enduring allure of the shroud lies in its ability to spark contemplation, foster dialogue, and push the boundaries of human understanding, standing at the intersection of belief, skepticism, and the eternal quest for truth. Historian claims Shroud of Turin is actually tablecloth. The Turin shroud has been a subject of intense controversy and discussion within academic circles, surpassing any other relic in terms of scholarly debate. The cloth, believed to have been used to wrap around Jesus Christ's body post-crucifixion, holds great significance as Christianity's most revered relic. Nonetheless, a historian has recently challenged this belief by suggesting that it might actually be a tablecloth crafted in Burton. This revelation has stirred controversy and debate, inviting a deeper exploration into the origins and authenticity of this renowned artifact. Anthropologist David Akins posits that the depiction found on the relic does not represent Christ, as commonly believed, but rather portrays the countenance of the Fisher King. In the realm of Arthurian lore, This enigmatic figure is described as the final protector of the revered Holy Grail, a role that holds significant mythological and symbolic implications. David asserts that the linen, currently stored at the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist in Turin, was not originally intended to wrap a body. According to him, its original purpose was to cover an alabaster pillar featuring the image of the Fisher King intricately carved onto it. This assertion sheds light on the intriguing history and symbolism surrounding the linen, adding depth and complexity to its perceived significance. The evidence of gypsum, a crucial component in the creation of alabaster, supports David's assertion. This pillar was crafted in Burton-on-Trent, a hub for alabaster production well before the town in Staffordshire gained renown for its beer brewing industry. The presence of gypsum serves as a testament to the craftsmanship and expertise involved in alabaster production. David indicates that the fabric not only contains remnants of fish and vegetables, but also boasts specific measurements, being 13 feet in length and 3 feet in width, leading to the assumption that it may have functioned as a tablecloth at some point. Moreover, the presence of bloodstains can be attributed to monks who utilized the cloth for creating pillar artwork, possibly with the intention of passing it off as a sacred relic. Such revelations are likely to shake the scientific community to its core. The implications extend beyond mere material analysis, delving into the historical and religious realms, shedding light on intricate connections between art, deception, and cultural significance that transcend the mere physical attributes of the fabric. The mysterious artifact known as the Shroud of Turin has long been debated, but recent revelations have added a new twist to its history. Recent examination has effectively discredited the claims surrounding the purported ties to Christ, establishing that the fabric actually dates back to medieval times. David, following a meticulous examination of the microscopic elements, has uncovered a compelling trail linking the fabric to its origins, notably tracing it back to Burton Abbey. This thorough investigation has shed light on the true historical background of the cloth, dispelling any misconceptions and providing a deeper understanding of its origins. In his groundbreaking discoveries, he has gained international attention for revealing the connections among the Abbey, the legendary medieval combatants, the Knights Templar, who sought refuge there after fleeing France, and the treasures they looted, which allegedly included the Holy Grail. Now, he asserts that he has solved one of history's most intriguing mysteries. The timing of this event is crucial, as it coincided with the refurbishment process when numerous exquisite statues and effigies within the abbey were likely relocated for safekeeping. The statues were likely carefully wrapped in cloth and linen to safeguard them, a common practice to preserve their intricate details. Presumably, they were securely stored within the abbey's extensive vaults and cellars, ensuring their protection from elements and potential damage. It is highly probable that the statue remained undisturbed in the depths of the abbey's vaults for an extended period, perhaps spanning over a decade. This prolonged period of seclusion might have lasted until the construction of the new abbey church reached completion, indicating a deliberate decision to keep the statue concealed from public view until the appropriate time. In the subsequent events, the artifact was recovered and reinstated for public viewing. Subsequently, as the monks proceeded to unveil it, they made a startling observation. The alabaster material had interacted with substances present in the damp cellar environment, resulting in the formation of a striking image depicting the Fisher King on the aged linen cloth. This pivotal occurrence marks the inception of the intriguing tale surrounding the Turin Shroud, delving into a narrative that intertwines historical relics with mystique and wonder, capturing the imagination of both scholars and enthusiasts alike. Given the keen observation skills of the monks, it is highly likely that one of them drew a connection between the striking resemblance of the image imprinted on the cloth and the iconic features of Jesus Christ. This realization possibly sparked the idea to present the cloth as the authentic shroud of Christ himself. During that era, whispers and speculations surrounding the legendary Templar treasures at Burton would have been widespread. Hence, it is not difficult to envision how individuals could have readily embraced the notion that this artifact originated from the fabled Templar hoard, assuming it to be genuinely associated with them. This narrative intertwines the perception of the cloth's linkage with Christ and its potential connection to the renowned Templar legacy, creating a compelling account of historical interpretation and intrigue. In the 14th century, the shroud believed to be that of Christ would likely have been valued as a highly precious relic, fetching an exorbitant price. It is hypothesized that the monks of that time, known for their astuteness, recognized a lucrative prospect and took advantage by offering the sacred cloth to the most generous buyer. In the scenario where the statue of the Fisher King was potentially demolished simultaneously, it raises the speculation that this act could have been initiated to prevent any linkage being drawn between the statue and the believed resemblance to Christ. As a result of the statue's absence and the deliberate promotion of the cloth as the Holy Shroud, the monks might have found themselves in possession of a distinctive relic, albeit one that was unintentionally brought into existence, which they could conveniently present as authentic. This sequence of events suggests a strategic move to secure a valuable relic under the guise of an accidental creation, allowing the monks to uphold the perception of authenticity and significance associated with the relic. In a surprising turn of events, it became evident that certain aspects of the statue required improvement. Specifically, there were notable discrepancies present: the absence of any bloodstains on the head, where the crown of thorns would typically rest, the lack of blood markings where the spear had pierced his side, and perhaps most significantly, the distinct absence of nail wounds depicted on the fabric. This revelation shed light on the need for a more accurate representation to capture the intricate details linked to the figure's suffering and ordeal. In order to address this issue, it is highly probable that the monks residing at Burton Abbey took steps to elevate the portrayal of the Fisher King, potentially incorporating a symbolic element of using their own blood in the process. This practice would have been quite convenient for them to execute, considering that Burton Abbey had established a reputation for its association with bloodletting procedures. David is of the opinion that a potential purchaser has been identified in Florence for the abbey, which has historically played a significant role in the Florentine wool trade over the years. The discovery of gypsum within the fabric provides compelling evidence that the shroud was initially intended to envelop a sculpture of the Fisher King in Burton-on-Trent, known for its association with minerals like alabaster and gypsum. This unique mineral composition strongly suggests a direct link to the geographic origin of these materials. The presence of gypsum on the shroud supports the theory that it was specifically crafted for this purpose. This finding aligns with the historical significance of Burton-on-Trent in the context of alabaster production and trade. Upon examining Christ's shroud, a wide array of pollen types originating from various global locations was discovered, with a noteworthy observation by a scientist regarding the presence of marine seaworm DNA. The perplexing question arises as to how such a diverse assortment of organic substances came to be associated with the shroud. However, this intriguing puzzle begins to unravel when viewed through the lens of Burton Abbey. The comprehensive analysis of these findings highlights the intricate connection between the shroud and its surrounding environment, shedding light on the complex interplay of factors that contributed to this astounding phenomenon. Upon acknowledging that the object in question was formerly a piece of linen fabric utilized to enclose a sculpture for safekeeping, the situation becomes clearer. It is David's understanding that the shroud, in reality, originated as a former tablecloth from Burton Abbey, likely substituted at an earlier point in time. This historical linen cloth, repurposed to enfold a statue, likely played a functional role in safeguarding the artifact. The dietary practices of the abbey during this era mainly revolved around a combination of fish and plant-based foods. Through scientific examination, a diverse array of plant species has been uncovered, indicating a significant trade network that brought herbs and spices from various corners of the globe. These culinary ingredients were likely only accessible to establishments of notable importance, like the dining tables of manor houses or abbeys, showcasing the cultural and economic reach of medieval societies. The utilization of such exotic herbs and spices not only added flavor and richness to meals, but also highlighted the elite status and worldly connections of those partaking in these gastronomic delights. The theory receives additional backing from the radiocarbon dating analysis conducted on the shroud, pinpointing its origin to a period spanning from 1260 to 1390. The tablecloth might have been crafted approximately in 1260, suggesting it was in use within the abbey for about a decade before being discarded and repurposed to wrap the statue for storage. The historical record of the shroud can be traced back to mainland Europe, between the years 1353 and 1357, coinciding with the reconstruction of the old abbey church led by Abbot Ibstock from 1340 to 1350. This timeline suggests a significant period of utilization and repurposing of the tablecloth within the abbey's context, showcasing a practical approach to resourcefulness and conservation practices during that era. If the sculpture had been carefully enveloped in a linen covering back in the year 1340 and stored in a humid cellar for approximately 15 years, it suggests that a sufficient duration would have lapsed for the distinctive features made of alabaster and gypsum on the sculpture to leave their mark on the linen material. During this period, the properties of the alabaster and gypsum would likely have transferred onto the linen due to prolonged contact and the effects of moisture within the cellar environment. So, what do you make of these mysterious discoveries and announcements? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.